You may feel compelled to throw every file inside of Workflowy to make life easier. It's really helped me to get organized. So before you add huge amounts of files inside of Workflowy, watch until the end of this video to see a few alternative ways to find files fast. Let's dive in. Well, Workflowy stores your data in the cloud. We don't really know which cloud it is, but it's definitely backed up online because it syncs with all your other applications. If you're on the Pro plan, you can get backup in Workflowy, which will export your notes as a text file to Dropbox, but it doesn't back up your data. And if you look here in settings, it says that we have 100 megabytes of free file storage, and then you can either refer people or get Workflowy Pro to upgrade that. On my personal account, I use Workflowy Pro to back up to Dropbox and to have that unlimited file upload, which definitely helps when you're working with large images. However, I've also had situations where I've uploaded a screenshot and for reasons I don't know, it didn't save it correctly and I had a blank photo block in the app. And actually, here's an example of where sometimes the file upload goes wrong. It says preparing, but it's not. Let's see if we reload the page. Yeah, see how it never uploaded? And then I have a gray block here. And now it pops in, but that was a large image. But sometimes files don't upload. So I have this bullet here that just didn't make it. It's the exact same image as what's below it, but you never know. My recommendation is to keep it safe and only really upload screenshots into Workflowy or maybe a PDF that you don't mind losing just in case. I notice that whenever I export data, so go like to home and then export all, it gives a plain text copy, which I love, getting my data out, but those files aren't included in the export. So you really have no way to get them out in bulk once you put them in. Now I trust Workflowy, but at the same time, I would not recommend using it as like my file manager. There are definitely other cloud solutions for that purpose. The easiest way to add files to Workflowy is to drag them in. So I can go ahead and pull this from Finder and drag in a document here. I can also pull in images. So we have this image here that I just added from a folder. And if I click on this menu here, it says show full screen. This will give you the full view of the image. You can also choose view original, which in Chrome will open it in a new tab. You can choose download, which will download it to your downloads folder, or delete it from Workflowy. And then there's a settings option too. Now settings allows you to adjust the thumbnail size, so you can set it to big or you can set it to small. And this is just by default of when you drag an image in. Also, when you hover over the image, there's this handle here on the right side that allows you to adjust the width to be what you want it to be, what works for your formatting. Personally, I like to link to my files from cloud storage like Google Drive or Dropbox. And you can do that too. The quickest way to reference a file is, for instance, go to something like Google Drive, Dropbox, right-click on a file, choose Get Link. Now, we aren't wanting to share this with anybody else but ourselves, so I'll go ahead and press Copy Link. Restricted access is fine. Go back into Workflowy, and then I can paste that link in. So I'll press Command and click on it. That opens it up in a new tab in the browser, and then I have the file that I just referenced. You can also type a name for it. So let's say Proto Personas Templates, and then I'll press Command V or paste, Control V, and that will automatically paste it into the link. Really quick and handy tip. I like to create links like on the second bullet here, just because it's easier to read, but that's up to you. To find files in Workflowy, that's super easy. In the search bar here, go ahead and click on this More menu, and then there is a condition called Has. And so I can do that, and I can say, does it have a file? And I click on that, and it shows all the ones that had document types that I uploaded. Has image, and it shows all the images that I have. Congratulations, you've made it to pro level. Now let's dive in. So we're going to be using Hookmark for Mac. And this allows us to be able to put links to different things all over our computer within Workflowy. So for our purposes, we're going to make a copy link into a folder So let's go ahead and jump right in and link those files inside of Workflowy. So if I wanted to link what's on my computer, I click on the file here, I press Control H, and then I can click on this menu here and I can choose Copy Link. And then we'll press Command V or Control V to paste that in the browser. And then if I click on that, it'll say always allow workflowy.com to open links of this type. That's fine. Click Open Hookmark. And then as you can see, that opens it straight up from Workflowy, which is pretty awesome. Another handy way to use Hookmark is we'll click on icons here, press Control H. Now this is linking to the folder itself, press Copy Link. And then inside of Hookmark, I can do a folder icon like this with emoji. And let's say we'll do it as icons. And then press Command V to paste on top. And then whenever I click on that link, that will open up the folder inside of Finder. And it's just a super helpful way to be able to access the files if you're working on a project. I hope this helps with file management in Workflowy. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for tech videos diving into more tips on Workflowy, productivity hacks, and everything tech. I'll see you on the next one.